Night and evening all. Welcome to the Wor Lasses Show. I am Lady Sam and I'm all on me Todd right now. So bear with us. I may have a friend coming on later, but who knows? But you all know the drill. And first of all, a big thank you to our show sponsors, Mama Roo Records. Absolutely fabulous for all of your Christmas music, and I think they've got sport and memorabilia in there as well, retro vintage clothing, CDs, all of that jam. So please do and go and check them out because they're absolutely fabulous. A local business as well down in Whitley Bay. Say you're from TTR, sure will give you a nice little discount on your Christmas goodies. As usual, please hit the like button. It helps us find like-minded folks on YouTube. And as ever, I really do enjoy seeing your comments to each other, stuff to me, your super chats, always guaranteed to be read out. Smash the subscribe and hit the bell for your TTR content. Now, first of all, as ever, we do like to kick off. I say we, the royal we, because I'm here on my own. But you know that I do like to kick off with some general Lasses news and also some women's footballing news as well. So we'll get kicked off and talk about the England Lionesses. 5 of the England Lionesses have made the FIFA Pro World 11. Absolutely tremendous. This is essentially the best rated women's players in world football, and 5 of the 11 are made up from the Lionesses squad. Unsurprisingly, in my opinion, you've got Mary Earps, Lucy Bronze, Greenwood in there. You've got Walsh and James. So absolutely fantastic, especially with the Euros coming up soon. So loving seeing that. Thank you for the comment early on, KB and NUFC 73. Good evening, Lady Sam. Rocking the Christmas hat. Absolutely. And I have LG to thank for this, getting me in the Christmas vibe, the Christmas spirit. Absolutely. I mean, it's just got lights on her and everything, rocking the Brunel, and look at this Potsy. Yes. So yeah, thank you, LG, for getting me in my festive vibe. Really appreciate it. All of your emojis, which really bother other people in the chat, but keep it up, mate. Love it. Next bit of news. Really great because it's a bit of a crossover because we've actually had 4 of our lasses making international debuts, which was great. Body, obviously, for us is absolutely phenomenal. We all saw it coming. And Jazz McQuaid for England. So absolutely tremendous and great validation for them. We probably saw that the shining stars are on the rise anyway. So fantastic for us as Newcastle fans to see them getting in that under 23 squad. You've also got Hales in there for Jamaica's Reggae Girls and Lewis Joel for Wales. Wales making history with their first ever Euros qualification. So absolutely unbelievable. So really top result for them, and great to have that type of strength in the squad as well that's been recognised. So really happy with that. We also at the weekend saw Baker getting her first debut for Newcastle. So this was fantastic. It was announced a couple of weeks ago that she was being brought into the squad, but to get the debut at a local derby is absolutely fantastic. So well done on that one. And got the Stato in the chat. Hey there, mate. Doing good. And we've also got a comment here from Dan Brown. Solid debut. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. So I think she's done us really well, and probably a good game to introduce Baker into the side and give her a taste of what it's like. So really happy with that. Very happy with that. Next bit of news there. We've got the League Cup tomorrow. We face Man United at 7 p.m. So I believe that is going to be on the YouTube channel. So check that out. Been there before. Always put on a good show. Our travelling fans are always great. Midweek as well. Terrible winter weather, so not ideal for our travelling fans. But credit to you if you are going down to support the lasses. tough fixture, to be fair, from the Women's Super League Man U. Obviously, if you're not familiar with the leagues, so that will be a tough game for us. But wishing the lasses the best of luck for that. League Cup news now. We're going on to talk about this postponed game. That's Blackburn Rovers. That's been called off. Their last game was postponed due to the weather, so now we are waiting for the fixture to be announced. Do not go on the Newcastle website as I did and looked at the posted fixtures because it's not accurate yet. So I'm sure that they're going to get around to updating that. But if you check their news page, it does tell you that that fixture has been postponed. So do look out for that one in case you were thinking about making the trip this weekend. Now, before getting into the Middlesbrough match review, I do want to talk a little bit about the Adobe Cup. So if you watched us on the show last night about the lads, I was looking a bit distracted, like looking down. I was on my phone. I was very honest and transparent about it though. So yeah, got to be honest with people about what I'm doing. Watching the Adobe draw that was live on YouTube. So that was 7 o'clock last night. Want to know how you feel in the chat, so get yourselves in the comment about who we got drawn with. We got a home fixture. Yes. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing that we've got a home fixture. What we can do in a cup in front of our fans, in front of that crowd. Really looking forward to that one. Now, this is either going to be against Nottingham Forest or Burnley. Now, as you know, this lass absolutely loves a graphic. So I'm just going to quickly give you a feel about what some of those fourth round draws look like. You can see there's us at the top, where it should be. Nottingham Forest or Burnley, as I've just said there, but you can see that a lot of the big teams are in the mix here as well. London City Lionesses, who've been running away with the season so far in our league, but you've also got the likes of Crystal Palace, who were promoted last season to the Women's Super League, Manchester United, Manchester City, and then we've got the second lot as well. Couple of the lower league teams in there, which is always great to see. Always good to have a feisty cup game. But you'll also notice that our local rivals in here both getting away. Oh dear. So Exeter City at home for Sunderland. Oh no. Durham, you're away to Brighton. Oh no. Oh, too bad. I shouldn't gloat because like karma just gets you. We've seen what happens with Ashworth, so I shouldn't bring karma onto myself. But I am pleased with the draw. Something interesting that I did want to go into about the Adobe Cup is actually the financials behind it. If you ever watch the men's show, you know that I like the sort of behind the scenes, the business side of it as well. So there's actually quite a decent prize pot up for grabs. And I say that, and there's a good point to make around this because it's actually been doubled from last year, which is absolutely fantastic. So the total prize pot is now up to 6 million, which is great. So very, very happy with that. You'll notice that the winners receive for 430,000 compared to last year's like 100k. So that is class. Comparably with the men's winner gets 2 million. But either way, very happy. And I thought that was sort of interesting to show sort of the prize money. Be interesting to know where that is being invested as well back into the Lasses team. So we've got a nice little comment here. Hi there, Stephen. Just popped in to say, nice hat. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, mate. Truly appreciated. So something else that I want to go into before I go into the kickoff of the game and the review. We've got the Women's National League. Now, why am I bringing this to your attention? Well, this is who we've got in the Adobe Cup. Not to be underestimated. So you can see in positions 1 and 3, Nottingham and Burnley. If you look, they are both on a really good run of form there. And if you know, there's not too much in terms of points difference, but what I do want to draw your attention to is the goal difference on there. So Nottingham Forest, 43 in terms of goal difference on there. So I'm fingers crossed that we get Burnley, but either way, you know, lower league teams, which is fine. Don't hate me for wanting a bit of an easier run at the cup. But I think it's going to be a tremendous fixture anyway, and it's always great to promote the lasses here. We do have a super chat which is rocked in from John Adams Fiver. Hi there, John. Hope you're doing good. Great to see my first Toon win on my trip. Oh, it's John. Hi there, John. Joins us on TTR Friday. Let's have a look. We there, Sam. Second win last night for the under 18s. Yes, we got the second win for the under 18s, which was great. Really, really good stuff to see. If you don't follow the under 18 side, I know that some of our fan base do. You can actually watch the matches on the Newcastle United app. So if you don't have that already, please go and check it out. We do have technical difficulties with that sometimes, but bear with it. What I would recommend to do is not to pause it or come out when the game's alive, because I can never get back in. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's have a look. We've got another comment here. Keith KJ. Lady Sam, do you think it's premature that Wor Lasses can get promoted this season? If Aran was here, what would I do if Aran was here? Do you know what? This is a moment. If Aran was here, she would be like, yes, absolutely. She would tell you straight away. But I'm a dreamer, Keith. I'm an absolute dreamer. We are only 4 points off the top of the league at the moment, which I think we need to take into consideration. How would I balance that and be a little bit more critical of it? We are up against some very good opposition who is very familiar with this league. We've dropped points where we probably should have picked some up this season, and we have got some things to work on. What I'm talking about specifically is probably possession, certainly in the last few games anyway. But we've done really well nonetheless. Finishing. Everybody's probably going to say the same thing to you in the chat. If anybody's unfamiliar and you're tuning in for the first time, yes, we have been struggling in terms of finishing our dinner, creating chances. Absolutely in droves, but actually finishing much more difficult. So yeah, bit of a tough one there. Wonder Woman gives a wave as ever. Hola, and it'll give you like a salute there. It's a bit of like a habitual thing that I do, so apologies for that one. Anyway, getting back to it, we want to go straight into the injury update that we've got. Now, previous injuries, Furness, my goodness, Furness is still injured. I must say this every week, but this little niggle is just continuing, unfortunately. Now, usually we get the delights if you're not able to attend the game of Furness sometimes is doing the commentary for Newcastle United, so at least she's around the team all the time, which is absolutely great. I got to see her when we were there at St James's Park as well, which is really cool. No Potsy, Body was unfortunately injured before her England debut. That must have been an absolute gutter. But apparently it's a groin injury and she's going to be back soon. So fingers crossed for Body, because she's just magic creator, just absolutely unbelievable. Haywood, I believe, is out as well. But we did have Cataldo back. Absolutely. Not seen hide nor hair since the beginning of the season. And I think it was the London Lionesses game. I'm sure Wonder Woman will keep me right on that one. So yeah, but good to see that some of the lasses finally getting back, like Cataldo. Obviously Emma Kelly had a return a while ago as well now, so it's great to also have her back in the team. Comment here from Mike Elliott. Yes, if the lasses can get promoted, it'd be fantastic. We know the lasses will give it their best shot. That's all you can ask of them, and see where it takes them. Couldn't agree more, Mike. Could not agree more. And I think there's lessons to be learned as ever. Such a politician's answer, isn't it? But there generally is. There generally is a lot that we prove. And I think probably a bit of a teaser for next week's show, we're going to go into where we need to strengthen the squad. So do tune in for that one at 8 p.m. next week as well. But what do we need to see in terms of transfers? Who maybe has had their time in the sun? Who do we need to move on? Who needs to be benched? Who needs to improve, and where? So we're going to do a special about that. comment here from Tom, one of our mods. Hey Tom, hope you are good. Great to see Cataldo again. Quality combative fullback. We've missed that a little bit. I think we've missed that a lot of bit. I was quite surprised how physical she was on the return, so I was really pleased with that one. So good stuff, and good to see her back. Now what I'm going to go into next is probably the starting 11 that we had. I do hate this new setup graphic that we've all having to deal with now. I used to love it when it was just in the positions and I didn't have to figure it out. We can see there that Baker made the bench, obviously. Joel, who's our Welsh international, Hales on the bench as well. So this probably tells me that we are prioritizing the league, which I think is fair enough. But I mean, we've got to give credit where it's due to the Lasses. That is a strong team, nevertheless. Probably a good time for Kelly to sort of get our legs back and build up some match fitness as well after returning from that injury, which is really good. Cooper in the side after being nominated as Sellers Player of the Month for November. Andrews as well, who we've had some on the fence performances about, sort of splinters in the bum time, because we're sitting on the fence so much with Andrews, looking to see more output given she's a striker. Aran will be thrilled because I really liked Andrews. I really liked her going forward in possession and creating a lot of chances for Hales, because I think they work really well as a twosome. But never mind. I get put back down into my place. I am now going to go into the match review for Middlesbrough. So just to set a little bit of context here, I think we need to be fair, because it's great always getting a result. It's a 2-0 win for a cup. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Love that. But we do need to sort of call a spade a spade. I think Middlesbrough gave us a good performance. They are in the National League below us. We saw some familiar faces, some players that were in the squad who've actually played for Newcastle too. So that was really great. And I'm sure there was plenty of banter afterwards. I'm just laughing at Tom's comment here as well, talking about Spelks. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to need some Sudocrem from Matt Target to soothe my behind, but never mind. Anyway, Cataldo obviously getting the first start, getting back from injury there, and I think straight out the gate, we looked like we were coming for it. We were coming to win, which was great. I think Stobbs was making some lovely build-up play. And I thought Stokes was really involved in the first half as well. Fairly accurate crosses, lots of press and intensity from the start. And I'd probably like to get your views and feelings, because we obviously had Barker on, we had Jazz on as well. We had Cataldo just making complete nuisances of themselves. Really fantastic to see. So Tom's here saying Borough played well. They didn't make it easy. I thought that, given the place where they are in the league that they're in, I thought they brought it. If we look at the other standings from how other teams performed, sort of league to league differences, I probably would have loved to see a more convincing lead. Is that fair to say? Am I being negative now? I'm hanging around with like Aran too much. Like it's great. It's great to get the win, but I think we could have really brought it to a different level. But this is where the argument comes in about the quality of finishing. We do have a comment here from Dan Brown. Dan, all right. I hope that's you on the drums, by the way. That's an awesome shot. Jazz was a machine. Bailed out every mistake made by the team, winning the ball back, looked back to her best. Absolutely. Yeah, totally. And I think she does that. She sort of she's like fearless with the interception. Like, she's very lean as a player, but she's got the pace, and I think she's got really good foresight for where the ball is going to be played by oppositions, and she just gets herself into those spaces, intercepts really tidily, gets it to one of our players. So yeah, really, really happy with that one as well. John Adams again. Hey, John. Some interaction between the opposing player, friends during the game too. Yeah, absolutely. And it's sort of nice to see that. I'm sure there would have been some good bants. But yeah, there's obviously kinship for it's it's a small world, so I'm sure they all keep in touch as well. I thought Kelly's first touch was fantastic. I think it was a cross to Barker, who made the challenge as well. And I was really encouraged by the first half. Actually, I thought we didn't let them get the breaths at one point. I thought we were passing much better than we have done in previous games. Now, one could argue that that's down to us arguably being a better side because of the league that we're in, which I get. But I think this would be a really good opportunity for us to actually build some confidence, because personally, I've seen it where we're giving people too much space. We seem to be closing down the defense much easier, far greater communication as well, which was really pleasing to see. I think there was an excellent attack on one of their defensive players, which was really great, and just the awareness from Kelly in those crosses is just, we have missed that this season. We've missed Kelly. In Kelly we trust. So that was really excellent to see from her as well. Now, something that I did notice is that we took a great deal of time, and we were quite patient on the ball. Only in places, we kind of lost that patience in the second half. But what did us a favour in the first half is we played because they were playing out a lot from the back. We were able to continue to break them down. It gave us a lot of good opportunities. They were trying to get the ball up, they were trying to transition, but our midfield at times was just too much for them. And I think that was coming back from those interceptions and being, a lot more fearless in attack, which was really cool to see. Let's have a look. What's this? Carl, what have we got? Splinter is a Ninja Turtle character. Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness, I'm a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. One of my pugs is called April, named after April O'Neil. So thank you for unlocking that childhood memory. Love that. Anyway, as I was on, I thought Stokes was really great. I thought she had a really strong game. They continued to play out from the back, and our possession was a lot better. Now, that's not to say that we weren't losing the ball. Some people were indeed losing the ball a little bit too much, but I think the possession was much more improved. I think we were playing much tighter, but at the same time trying to use the width of the pitch really well on both sides. Now, typically we can sort of drift and sort of favour one side, which will obviously, draw the opposition down the opposite side. But actually we look compact in the right places and use the breadth of the pitch when we needed to. So it was really excellent to see, and finding good pockets of space. So really good to see that one happening as well. We've got a comment here from Keith KJ. Performances are more important than results in the leagues than the cup matches. I do agree, Lady Sam. Yeah, I think we're sort of playing it right. We're giving some of the lasses who maybe don't normally get a great deal of game time an opportunity to get cracking with it. So I was quite happy with that. And we're not going to be able to improve players unless we, get them started and give them some minutes, give them some game time. We complain enough about that in the men's game. It's exactly the same for the women's game. Cup ties are a really good opportunity to do that. So this was probably perfect opportunities to give our bench players probably a bit of time to get some minutes in the legs there. So really happy about that. Now, I think about 20 minutes in, Moan, who I think has been fantastic for us this season, our coup signing, who signed from Sunderland, came about 35 yards out. And it was the right decision. It was the right decision, but it was definitely squeaky bum time. Cleared the ball excellently, but she's got fantastic decision-making skills, and right decision, went against their attack and just really, really great. And not soon long after that, I think it was like 21 minutes, something like that, she made a really good save. But you could see they were hungry for it. It wasn't as if they were sitting back. They weren't sort of trying to play in a low block defense or anything. So yeah, made Mon work in the first half, but quite comfortably saved. We had Jazz as well, taking some shots on target, easily saved by their keeper, who I thought did quite well. But it was great to see some spells of the intensity and class that I think we probably took for granted last season. I think there was some times where we hadn't got a goal and flooded the box because we were just so hungry, where we just needed to calm tempos down a little bit. So I think that sort of, we needed to settle into the game a lot more. Again, having plenty of pot shots from corners and things, and getting it into the right places. I know that they've been working on set pieces, and just the finishing is what needs the polish now, I would say. 28 minutes, the defense was probably looking much stronger. They'd settled in a lot better, and they were getting a lot of bodies back. And for me, it was just starting to probably get scrappy at the half-hour mark. The crowd got into full voice. Whoever was there, Bernie, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe doesn't need like a megaphone or anything. Bernie was in full voice, absolutely screaming at the ref, which was great. But we sort of kept on coming. Stokes had a shot, like I think a second shot on target by like 35 minutes, which was really great to see. I think I don't mind people taking chances. Not not being able to finish the dinner is what we need to improve on. But the more chances we take, obviously the better averages that we are going to have. So let's hopefully see more of that, with some better returns. But I'm not stuffing my face up at the win or anything. We had Barker's passing, I thought was just tremendous, absolutely tremendous. And Barker for me is like Scrappy Doo, like just unbelievable at just being able to find the spaces, get in where Draft can't. And you would just think, how is she so physical? Like, because she's quite petite, and she just does not care. Like, another fearless member of the squad. Somebody who I do always feel for is Lumsden. For some reason, she just, like, opposition just go for Lumsden all the time, and I think she had like a bit of a nasty challenge at sometimes, but she's used to it. I mean, the last game that we watched, I mean, she was honestly on her arse probably more than she was on her feet, but not too bad this time, which was great. Again, I think Stokes had a third free kick, an attempt which was easily saved. But what I did notice was Kelly's communication. I just thought it was excellent. And if anybody was there at the game or has watched it back since on the app, she's directing the team. She's such a voice, driving people forward. She's pointing at where she wants the ball to go, where for people to look. So again, just a huge positive, because I think the team communication has lacked recently in game. So just again, one to watch out for, but that's something that she is really, really fantastic at. I think I mentioned it at the start of this as well, that Cataldo, just the physicality with the inceptions from coming back from injury, just unbelievable. Like wasn't afraid to sort of get stuck in there, help the team out, which was absolutely brilliant. Cataldo actually had a shot, but it did go straight at the keeper at 45 minutes. So just being mindful of that one. But she's going to be hungry to actually do some good stuff now. Getting into the second half, after the first half, I thought it was good. I thought we were making some good transitions for the attack. They were playing out from the back every single time that we were taking a shot on target, which was quite a lot. And just our midfield was just sort of breaking them down every single time. We didn't seem as hesitant as we previously have in matches to intercept the ball, and it gave us an element of control, which was really, really good. So happy to see that. I'm going to go into some comments now. I've got Emma Clark. Hi, Sam. Hi, Emma. Hope you're good. Hope you're well this evening. Let's have a look. We've got a comment here from Mike Elliott. Let's have a look. Yes, as we know, you will have some parts of the game. You will not have lots of possession, but we keep in the game and there's always a chance of winning. Yeah, completely. Totally agree with that one. One again from Dan Brown. Stokes doing a Trippier spending half the game in the opposition's but yes, absolutely. And loved her for that. So all good. We've got I Like Coffee, one of our mods in the chat. Hey there, Coffee. By the way, take notice of I Like Coffee's Christmassy feel graphic. I'm a big fan of that one. So thank you for again increasing my Christmas vibe. Thank you for liking the hat as well. Just for LG, by the way, because he spams us with like emojis all the time. Anyway, getting into the second half. Now, if anybody was there at the game, wind picking up, it like conditions did change, as did the tempo of the game. It certainly got a lot scrappier, tougher challenges as well, and I felt like we had less control as well during that second half. I'm not saying it was terrible by any stretch of the imagination, so do hear me, but it would just give us less control. It was harder to bring the ball down. Obviously, we were having to play across the grass. Long balls were absolutely out, but yeah, it was a one that I think we handled well, but lost a bit of our control over it. We also had, I'd probably say, a lot of congestion again. In fact, ramped up even more so. So we had a cross, I think, in about 45 minutes from Stokes, but it was just so scrappy. So many bodies. They were just flooding the box. I think they had gone into panic. Let's just throw people at it and see if we can stop a second goal coming in here. Good clearances. They seem to be more attacking actually in the second half, so that the halftime talk obviously did them good. They had a shot from a corner that landed on the top of the net, thankfully. But Moan seemed very comfortable to actually deal with it. Great chance again, but wide of goal. So Lumsden, corner shot, ball to Stokes, back to Lumsden, Jazz, and I think we lost the ball with Jazz actually, but Stokes ended up recovering it. We did lose the ball at times, but we seem to have, in terms of our defence, and midfield actually to an extent, and please call us out if you think I'm off my mark here, but I seem to think that whenever we were going in to intercept the ball, there was actually two Newcastle players to whichever one Middlesbrough player had the ball, which give us massive options. So even if we tried to get the ball initially, on the second attempt by whoever else was there, we managed to recover it. So that was something that I really liked seeing. 52 minutes, Moan again makes a good save, but we can see that we're maybe losing a little bit of concentration here. Moan's made a decent save, but they are starting to knock on the door. Got a comment here. Forested Forest School. It's catchy. Cataldo handled their number 9, who was much bigger than her, really well. Absolutely. I don't know if you've just joined us. We were talking about the physicality that she showed throughout the match, like completely just unfazed by it. So really, really great to see. We also had some shot off the crossbar. I think it was Stokes into Lumsden, like so close. The crowd is in voice at this point, and I think we're just nearing the hour mark, and like we're obviously wanting to see something. We're wanting to see something really exciting here, but getting the shot off the crossbar was really, really encouraging. I think Lumsden has had a fantastic season so far. Just her way of scoring and her accuracy. Didn't make it happen on that attempt, however, but she's creating chances and fantastic at set pieces. So we know that the team's been working on that as well. We have got Angela. Hi, Angela. If people don't know Angela, we got to interview Angela, Aran and I, the other week. Hi, Sam and Aran. Aran's not here at the moment. But bear with. Happy with the next FA Cup draw. Looking forward to travelling to Man United tomorrow. Yes, good. That's going down for you. For Ella Baker. Baker. Barker. We've got a Barker. Now we've got a Baker. Looked bright when she came on late. Great to see Cataldo back. Yes, 100%, Angela. If anybody doesn't know, Angela is the admin on the Facebook group for the Newcastle United Women. So please do go and check that out. It's a fantastic community. Thousands and thousands of fans on there, like-minded, loads of different content coming through. So do go and check out the Facebook page as well. It's awesome. I've joined it recently and it is class. Spike Milligan. Hi, Spike. Hope you're good, mate. Where's Aran, by the way? Aran couldn't join us this evening, and my fearless leader, Paul, has technical issues. I say technical issues. I'm assuming that a dog's maybe eating his homework this time and not just peed on his laptop. So yeah, wishing him the best of technical success moving forward, because he's got a lot of shows. He always has a lot of shows. But yeah, we'll get back into the review though. We bring on our substitutes. We've got Hales on now. I'm assuming didn't start because we are prioritizing the league, of course, but brought on perhaps just to make the game a little bit more comfortable, because Middlesbrough have come to life a little bit and it's much more scrappy in this second half. They seem to have more possession. The defense seems to be getting stronger as well. I mean, we keep going with it. We keep going and we keep on asking the questions for them, but they do make it more difficult for us in that second half. And the freezing cold conditions, the wind factor as well, it did make it a tougher game for both sides. But credit to Middlesbrough, because they did actually bring it a lot more in the second half. I wouldn't say that they'd figured us out, but they did do a much better job. We obviously had Cooper on as well, who I thought was relatively quiet for a lot of the match, but made a great interception later in the stages of the game. We're talking about 74, 80 minutes, something like that. We also had our other subs as well. So we had Elson on for Lumsden, who'd put in a massive shift. So Lumsden was absolutely class as ever. Class lass, just mint. Absolutely loving it. We also got Gibbo on. Gibbo, like, legend, absolute legend. So it was really great to see what Gibbo does. She just does not care as long as she is getting stuck in, which was really, really fantastic to see. I think we took a free kick from Gibbo, threaded it through Jazz, but just went wide, unfortunately. But I do feel like we gained the element of control back towards the end of the match. 83rd minute, cross from Gibbo. Literally went into the path of Greenwood, found the space in that crowded box, but I'm sure that goal came because they'd just gone to panic stations. I think their defensive tactic was just bodies, just throw bodies in the box, just get back as quickly as you can. But we were so tight to their defensive players, and Greenwood just did absolutely a phenomenal job. I think they looked like they could have come back into it at any point. They didn't down tools, so credit to them. And I think we had a much better performance generally in this game. Marking was far better. As I said, I noticed like we were sort of marking, two on their one at any time, which worked far better for us in terms of possession and those interceptions to create chances. Finishing, we still need to turn the volume up on that, which I'm sure Becky is working on with the lasses, but resulted in the 2-0 win, which was absolutely fantastic. We've got something from Coffee here. Yes, absolutely. Please drop me a like. I'm like here on me Todd. Like, please drop us a like for tonight. I'm sat in a Christmas hat. Like what like Mrs. Christmas. I'm in me potsy Christmas top. I've got lights on my head. I've got studio lights coming in. I immediately regretted wearing a hat and a jumper from when I started. So yes, if you could drop us a like, then that would be fabulous. Really appreciate that. Nice comment from Mike as well. One woman show. Absolutely. I mean, I could literally talk a glass eye to sleep. I don't feel like I'm struggling too much right now, but never mind. Anyway, as ever, I do like to have a quick look at the league table. So this was taken last night. It was as I was doing my preparation work after last night's show. We can see here, we can see here that I've got a TTR logo over Birmingham City's points. So note to self for next time to make the table smaller. Anyway, we can see that the front runners, Birmingham City, London Lionesses, have dropped off a little bit. We've got Sunderland in 5th, and Newcastle currently in 7th, but not a great deal in it. I can tell you that there's 4 points between us and top of the table. Portsmouth, goodness me, I mean, this could have been our story. So I mean, minus 24 goal difference, 1 point taken. Oh, I mean, what is that going to do for your confidence in a side? Like, really, really tough. I mean, they were actually promoted at the same time as we were. And it could happen to anybody. I think, Aran is so knowledgeable about not just the game, being an ex-Lioness, playing for what was the equivalent back in the day, because she's hard, the Women's Super League for Doncaster Bells. Like, Aran's unbelievable. Her knowledge is fantastic and has said how much of a jump up this is. What's been really encouraging is how much we have held our own in this league. So, we're happily floating around mid-table at the moment, but please, if you're sort of new to women's football and Newcastle United, just give it a little bit of thought, because I think we can quickly look like richest owners in the world. It's not quite the case. We've got to be able to prove ourselves. We've got to be able to challenge for our positions. Said it at the beginning of the show as well. A lot of teams in this league are so familiar with it because it's so difficult to get promoted out of it. So Crystal Palace got promoted last season, and it's only one team can get promoted. So just be mindful of that one when we're looking at the types of performances that we have. Now, something that I wanted to do, which is a little bit different tonight, and you may think this is cheesy, but if you're familiar with us, then you know that I'm a proper cheese ball anyway. I mean, look at the blooming state of us. But what I wanted to do was me Wor Lasses Xmas list. I just thought it would be a really nice idea to have a look at some things that I've actually seen online, which are Newcastle United related. I bet my dad's panicking. My dad's in the chat. I'll be thinking, oh God, what does she want for Christmas? Like, don't panic, Dad. Everything's cool. So these are essentially things that I have seen online, which are Newcastle, that I really like, that you can look to get people for Christmas. Now, something that I really, really liked, that we're big fans of the War flags on this channel. They're doing a promotion at the minute, buying 2 mini flags, any 2 of the mini flags that they've got in stock, and you get the A4 calendar for free. Absolutely love that. So great Christmas gifts for anybody in the family there. So get yourself over there. It supports the War flags. Great cause. Drop them a one-off donation if you can. Even better if you can be a monthly supporter like I am for the women's team, then great stuff. 'Tis the season, so enjoy that one. Something else that I came across today, and I absolutely love these actually. These are what I found on Etsy by it's a seller called Head and Volley 11 on Etsy. I am going to put the link in the description. But these are like $11.99, which I think is absolutely class. Like from $11.99, you can get them bigger if you want them to, but you've got also you get like a free player card print with it as well, and you can upgrade those, but you get one for free no matter. Like, just absolutely class. We're all about sort of supporting local businesses on this channel. We've got a local sponsorship as well, so please go and check Heads and Volley out 11. So Heads and Volley 11, I've put the listing in the chat as well. War Flags, as you know, just go and search War Flags and you'll see the promotion straight away on their site, so do go and check that one out as well. Now, next match, FA Cup tie against Man U. We've got our Angela going down, so I wish you safe travels, Angela, and everybody else who is heading down on the coach as well. I do apologise that you've had to listen to my almighty Toon for this entire time by myself with no respite. I don't know how you have managed it. You lot deserve a like, not me deserving a like. Oh, hold on here. We've got Jamie in the chat. All right, Jamie lad. I can highly recommend Heads and Volley 11 prints. I've got 6 up at home. Oh, class squad and individual plays. They're great quality. Absolutely love that. Love that. And you can actually get them in the different kits as well. So, you know, the nostalgia, the navy and burgundy kit, you know, that 3rd kit classic, or the black and white. So yeah, check those out. I mean, from $11.99, what a great gift. And you get the free mini print too. Like, love that. Local business, please support the local business at this time of year. Aside from that, we have got a special show coming up for you next week. We will obviously be bringing you the news and the review from the Man U tie, so do tune in for that one. But we're actually going to do a bit of a season review. Where are we? What does it look like? How are we feeling? Who's coming in? Who's going out? Where do we need to strengthen? Who needs to be sat on the bench because they're not doing enough? How does Becky need to change tactics? All of that lovely stuff. We're going to be doing a bit of a review. We're going to do a little bit of fine tuning of our own. So do tune in for next week. But in the meantime, thank you to our channel sponsor, Mama Roo Records. Thank you for all of the super chats tonight. Thank you for everybody who's chatting amongst yourselves, sending me stuff as well. Really appreciate that, especially going it alone tonight. Like, really appreciate it. All of the likes, please like it before you leave as well, because it helps us find like-minded fans of the Lasses like yourselves. We want to support the Lasses and help this channel grow as big as possible to bring people news and updates, which isn't as easily available as it is for the men's team. So keep it up. Love to see you all. And how are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check out some green.